Okay, Chapter 9, Study Guide. Number 1. Two cities are separated by 3.5 inches on a map. The actual distance between the cities is 28 miles. What is the map scale? So the 28 is the actual distance in real life, and the 3.5 is the map scale. So what you're going to do is you're going to divide 28 by 3.5, and you're going to get every 1 inch on the map is equal to 8 miles. Okay. Number 2, which of the following rectangles is similar to a rectangle that measures 13 by 25 units? So what I did, I started off by writing 13 by 25, and I want to find an equivalent. So I just multiplied both of these by 2, and that came up to 39/75. So the answer is B. Number 3, which value completes the table below by comparing two different sizes? So what I did is I took the I made a proportion, drew my lines, 4.5 to 15. So I went serving size to protein. I'm going to go serving size here to protein. Set up my proportion, cross multiply, and then divide. And the answer comes up to be 20. Number 4, Jana is 1.5 meters tall and casts a 6-meter shadow. How long will the shadow be of a 12-meter flagpole beside her? So draw a picture. Here's a girl. And it says that she is 1.5 meters tall. She casts a 6-meter shadow. And then there is a flagpole beside her. And they want to know how long the shadow is. The flagpole is 12 meters. So we are going to set up our ratio 1.5 to 6. Actual girl, shadow of girl, actual flagpole. Make sure you have the actual lined up on top. Cross multiply. Divide, cross multiply gives you 72 equals 1.5. X is going to be equal to 48 meters. Number 5, a photograph 8 inches wide by 10 inches long is scaled to 4.5 inches long in a magazine. What is what is the width of the published picture? Okay, so I'm going to draw little magazines. I have one magazine that is 10 by 8 inches. The other magazine is 4.5 by X inches. Make sure that you be careful to line up the width and the height accordingly. So you're going to set up your proportion. Okay, 10 over 8 equals 5.5 over X. Multiply these together, divide. The answer comes out to be B, 3.6 inches. A photograph 12 inches wide by 16 inches long. So I have 16 inches long, 12 inches wide, is scaled to 12 inches long in a book. So 12 inches long, and what they're looking for is the width. Set up your proportion. 16 over 12 equals 12 over X. Cross multiply, divide, you get 144 equals 16x. Divide by 16 on both sides, and your answer comes up to be 9 inches. Okay, number 7, and we're going to talk about unit price, which means the price of one. So if 9 DVDs cost $50, what is the cost of one DVD? So I'm going to take the $50 and I'm going to divide it by 9 DVDs, and it comes out to be $5.55. A model boat is 9.8 inches long. We can draw our little boat. I'm not a very good drawer, but bear with me. It is 9.8 inches long. If it's built to scale, 1 inch to 135 feet. Okay, what we're looking for, how long is the real boat? Okay, so then I'm going to cross multiply and divide, and the answer is 1,321 feet. Number 9, solve the following proportion for x. You're going to multiply 30 times 15 equals 2 times x. Divide both sides by 2. Divide both sides by 2. X is equal to $225 per hour. Number 10. What is the value of x if the two triangles below are similar? So you're going to set up your proportion. They're similar. And I am going to choose this triangle, this side 5, this side 13. So on the other triangle, I have to choose the same side, 2 to x. Make sure you have the sides matched up. So 13 times 2 is 26 equals 5x. Divide both sides by 5. X is equal to 5.2. Two cities are separated by 8 inches on a map. The actual distance between the cities is 40 miles. What is the map scale? So 40 miles by 8 inches. Map scale is 5 miles per 1 inch. Number 12. If one class of 4 students have never been on an airplane, these 4 students make up 8% of the class. How many students are in the class? So let's set up our proportion. Okay, and we are talking about percent, so remember that 100 always goes on the bottom. So these 4 students make up 8%. The 8% goes on the top. And we're looking for the whole part. So remember, is over of equals percent over 100. Cross multiply, divide. The answer is 400x equals 8. Sorry, there's no x there. 400 equals 8x. Divide both sides by 8. Divide both sides by 8. X equals 50 students. Okay, number 13. Given 1 pound per 16 ounces, how many pounds are there in 112 ounces? Be sure that you have these lined up, ounces for ounces, pounds for pounds. Their question is how many pounds? So that's what we do not know. Cross multiply, divide. So you have 112 equals 16x. Divide both sides by 16. The answer comes out to be 7 pounds. So solve the following proportion for x, just what we've been doing. 16 times 9 gives you 144. 15 times x gives you 15x. Divide both sides by 15. X is equal to 9.6. Number 15. A snail moves at a rate of 10 feet per hour. How many feet will it move in 20 minutes? So what you have to be careful here is this says per hour, this is minutes. You want to make sure that you have minutes to minutes. So we know that there's 60 minutes in 1 hour. So they're asking you how many feet it will move in 20 minutes. Cross multiply and divide. You have 200 equals 60x. Divide by 60, divide by 60. X is equal to 3.33 repeating feet per minute. Okay, use the diagram below. So we have 2 parallel lines with a transversal. We're going to name all the angles that are congruent to angle 1. So we're going to start. Here is angle 1. I know that angle 4 is congruent because it's vertical. It creates the x. I also know angle 5 is congruent. Angle 5 is congruent to angle 1 because if I were to place this whole 4 numbers right on top, number 5 would correspond to number 2, or I'm sorry, number 1. And number 8. Number 8 is congruent to number 1 because they are alternating or switching sides, and they are on the outside of the parallel lines. Okay, letter B. Name all angles congruent to angle 3. Let me erase these. So now we're looking at angle 3, and the first one is going to be angle 2. Forms the X, they are vertical. Next one that is congruent is going to be angle 7 because of corresponding, and then the next one is going to be angle 6, alternate exterior. Letter C, name a pair of alternate exterior angles. We have angle 8 is congruent to angle 1. Alternate exterior, you could also say angle 3 is congruent to angle 6, alternate exterior. Name a pair of corresponding angles. Angle 3 is congruent to angle 7. Okay, 3 corresponds to 7. I could say 1, sorry, I'm not on the diagram, 1 corresponds to 5. 4 corresponds to angle 8, and 2 corresponds to angle 6. Okay, name a pair of vertical angles. So vertical again makes the X. So you have angle 3 is vertical to angle 2. I could say angle 1 is vertical to angle 4. Okay, I'm going to pause this one. I have to make a second video. We're getting up to the 15-minute mark.